Dave, I know there's not necessarily many positives you can take from this one, but can one at least be that you were able to stay away from the high leverage arms in the bullpen to kind of prepare you guys for the rubber match, which tomorrow will be?
Yeah, that was kind of, the thought once we got behind early. You just got to look at where our pen is at and appreciating what we have the next couple days. And you can't, I felt it wasn't smart to chase and redline guys in the pen. And I got to give credit to Matt, who pitched as much as he's ever pitched, and essentially took it for the team to try to stay away from other guys and give us a good chance to win a series. And that's what we came in here to do, and we're in a position to do that.
On the flip side, what was Dylan Cease doing that just limited the offense?
It's a good fastball. He was mixing. We had a couple chances early, but I think when the game got away, it just, you could just see things flip, and, we got behind so much. But I think that, he went out there, and we got another arm in there as far as he went 7 innings, and I still feel good, again, where we're at versus where they're at in the pen. And now it comes down to beating the starter and trying to reset for tomorrow and try to win a series.
When you're in that spot, what's the conversation like with Matt in a game like this, and what sort of was the line that you were willing to let it get to?
I think, we certainly reached the line as far as pitch count. I think that Matt understood kind of his role and what was, kind of deciding where the game was going to go. If we caught a lead early and it was work to deploy leverage guys to win a ball game, but if not, then try to go as long as you could.
Is it conflicting at all or difficult just to use a position player in the 6th inning of a game like that? Obviously, like you said, there's guys you're trying to stay away from and reasons for it, but just to have to do that early, is that an awkward thing to have to decide?
Very awkward. Very awkward. It doesn't feel good, but I think that, a guy that was available tonight in Kopech, I'm not going to pitch him down 6 or 7-0 in the 6th inning to then not have him available tomorrow. And as the rules are, we abided, and that's kind of what you do to essentially move forward and win the ensuing games.
Does some of that, just with Justin going tomorrow and knowing he hasn't pitched a ton up here this year, kind of factor into that too?
Absolutely. You've got to you got to make a point, and again, it's about, do you want to chase and is it worth it versus to win tomorrow, So I think those are things that are part of the math, yeah.
We made so much about the comparison Game 4 last year. Did last year's bullpen games maybe give a little false sense of security about how competitive those can be and how more frequently it's something that gets away like this?
Well, today wasn't really a bullpen game. I think that, if you look at last year or certain games, that particular game, you have 9 guys that you have available, and we certainly didn't have that today. And so somebody's going to have to take, 3 to 5 innings, and so we weren't in that situation last year. And so I don't think that's a fair comparison. And again, when you get behind, you've got to kind of just ride it out.
Was Mateo okay, or are you just getting him off his feet?
Just getting him off his feet. I played him a lot, took a ball earlier, so I just felt that was a good time to get him out.
Mookie was the same, I'm assuming.
And Mookie was the same way.
You mentioned that, Matt knew what his role was coming into this, but did he have to, kind of tell you, hey, I'm good for this much, even though, as you said, it's more than he'd ever done?
No, I think that Mark was kind of checking in on him. I don't think, to be quite honest, I don't think the command was good the entire night, but I felt that he wasn't compromised as far as his health. The stuff, the fastball, the delivery all stayed intact. So I wasn't really worried about the health component. But even before that, his command, wasn't optimal.
I asked you before this series if you felt like you were going in with one arm tied behind your back because of the state of the pitching. 2 games in, does it feel that way more?
Well, we have a chance to win the series. So I like our chances a lot tomorrow. Today was one of those games you got to read and react. And, yeah, I mean, it's where our staff is at right now as far as, you know, who's available, who's not, who we can kind of push, who we can't. And these are the starters we have. So we got to go with it and make the best. And, again, the goal was to come in here to win a series, and we got a really good chance to do that tomorrow.
Matt, when you look at today's game, I mean, I think it's clear just the stuff wasn't necessarily there, but to be able to throw 111 pitches, just how did you have to kind of just balance that and being able to eat up so many innings for this team?
Yeah, no. I mean, every time I come and there's a opener in front of me, I know my job is to just beat as many as I can. And obviously today I didn't have my as good as stuff, but felt like I was just out there, pitching my ass off, trying to compete and trying to get as many innings as I could for the bullpen.
Was there something that you felt was just kind of missing feel-wise, or what do you think was kind of missing tonight?
No, honestly, I mean, I felt good. The feel was good. Just left way too many pitches over the middle. They were able to get the bat to the ball, get some hits, and just show up tomorrow ready to work.
Frustrating is that third inning sequence, just with the 2 out hits that kind of got strung together there.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of times I just got to be better with locating the ball. A 2-out walk there hurts big time. Can't be walking guys with 2 outs. And then, after the walk, just stuff hit the fan and, got to be able to compete a little better and get out of that inning quicker.
Is there like a level of pride you take out of still being able to just kind of eat up innings like you did, knowing kind of like what it could mean bigger picture for the team?
I wouldn't necessarily say a pride thing. I know my role is to eat up innings, and I feel like I got the frame and the repertoire to do that, and I'm going to go out there and compete every time.